It's been so long since I've looked through a pair of binoculars that I just miss it. I miss hunting season. Speaking of hunting season, spring turkey opens here in Washington in about 6 weeks. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty jacked up. So since it's March, I can only assume that a good amount of bucks have shed their antlers. So today I'm just here at a small piece of state land that I can just grid for the afternoon. I mean, right now it's already like 11 o'clock. So yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna hike around, walk around. Pretty much my plan is I'm gonna walk directly away from the car. And once I reach the end of the property boundary, I'm gonna walk like 50 yards to the right. And then I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna walk directly back towards the car. And once I get here, then I'll go another 40 yards or something and then repeat that pattern. So with that being said, let me show you guys something I found when parking. So you can clearly tell that people are pretty successful here with harvesting deer, so that means there's got to be a shed here somewhere. But I came and looked over here and that's a coyote. We know that there's at least one buck that has been on this piece of state land in the last year. Nice little rub, but I'm not even that far. I just got started, so we got a lot of ground to cover. So even though today my main goal is to find a shed or 2 or 3 or 10, my other plan for today was just to scout for turkeys. So just hiking up this little ridge. I mean, I'm not even that far from the car, and there's already plenty of turkey sign, given that they're pretty old, but they got to be here somewhere. So that's kind of what I'm doing today, shed hunting and scouting for turkeys. So that way, regardless if I find a shed or not, I have some intel come turkey season. This is pretty much what I'm going through right now. So on the other side, it was a little bit brushier, but over here it's a lot more clear. So it's just mainly grass and like short bushes like that. So this is pretty much just what I'm working with today. And we're just gonna keep hiking and hopefully we can find at least one. I just want one. Well, there's actually 3 things I'm doing today: shed hunting, scouting for turkey, and picking up trash. Another trophy. Biggest shed of the day. This is where a deer was bedded. Just this part right here, all the way down to the property boundary, which is right around here. Went through there, didn't find a single shed. There's a pretty good chance that I probably just walked right over a shed or 2 and just never saw it. But so I'm just gonna consider this part done. So I'm just gonna walk back to my car and then I'm gonna try the other side of this piece of property because I'm kind of parked right in the middle of this property. So I started to the left side, but now I'm gonna go to the right side. Before I go and shed hunt the other side, I might have to drop this off on my car because I don't think my backpack's big enough to pack any more trash. Oh, I missed one right here. It's kind of disappointing and sad at the same time that it's so much easier to come out here and find trash instead of finding shed antlers. That little can tried its hardest to hide from me. Found it. Well, at this rate, I should have got the 6400 instead of the 1800 bag from Exo Mountain Gear. I just made it back to my car. And no sheds. I was really hoping to find at least one, but just didn't find any. But what I did find was I did find all of that, and I forgot to put a trash bag in my bag, so my backpack's kind of dirty. So yeah, that is pretty much all I found today. So got back to the car and just gonna put it all in this trash bag. If only each item here was a shed. But now that would be a good day. But that's it right there. That's my trophy for the afternoon. So I'm actually thinking I'm just gonna abandon shed hunting. I'm just gonna go scout for some turkeys. Because right up here, there's a mountain up there, and it's just public land, so I could go up there, or I could run to another spot that I have on my mind. But I don't know. Let me clean up real quick, and I'll decide afterwards. If you guys are wondering what I'm doing right now, is I was driving to another spot because I was just gonna go scout for turkeys. I was driving by and I saw a couple deer right here, and since there's deer there, I'm just trying to see if there's a buck in there that has shed his antler or not. That way it kind of gives me intel on the current status of sheds. So this one looks pretty young. That looks like a young doe. This one's probably last year's fawn. So I think it's like turning 1 year old this May or June. I swear I saw more, but since it's just a doe, I'm assuming it's just gonna be a doe and a fawn. So let's just keep going. That is legit like a flock of 40 hens. I haven't seen a single gobbler. Oh wait, look, they're running. Those are all just hens. They're on private property, but I just thought I'd take a look at them. Alright, so I just rolled up to the spot that David and I found back in 2018, I believe. I look up there and I can just see a bunch of black dots, and that's like a flock of 40 turkeys. So I'm gonna go up this road, I'm gonna turn around, and we'll take a look and see if there's any gobblers with them. So if you've never turkey hunted before, turkeys, they're pretty simple to understand, although they can be complicated to understand at certain times. So what we're seeing here is pretty much standard early March turkey behavior, where the turkeys are flocked into big flocks, just like what you guys see here. So in that flock alone, there's at least 4 legal birds, because here in Washington, as long as it has a beard, it doesn't even have to be a male turkey, it just has to have a beard. There's at least 4 legal birds in that right flock. There's 2 legal birds in the left flock. And what we're looking at right here is private property, but just 100 yards from where the left flock is, that's where public land starts. What David and we have been learning about this flock is they tend to go back and forth on public land and private land. So if you're scouting for turkeys, don't overlook these small pieces of public land that are surrounded by private property. As long as you can access that piece of public land, you have a pretty good chance of killing a turkey. Now, normally I like to hunt spacious public land where I can just hike all day and just know that I will never run into private property. But sometimes, you know, you just got to kick it back and do a much less strenuous hunt where maybe like hike 400 yards away from the car and just kill a turkey. So I wanted to come check this spot because every single year since David and I found this spot, there's always been birds here. And sure enough, I came over here and there they are, right there, exactly where I thought they would be. So I'm just gonna look at them. I'm probably gonna eat, and then I'll probably look on Onyx Maps, see if there's any other small pieces of public land that I can quickly access, because it's already 3 o'clock, so it's gonna get dark here soon. Bingo. I came over here specifically to see if I could see this herd of elk, and sure enough, there they are right in the middle of the meadow. There's a 5-point bull. So let's see. There's a 5-point bull. There's 2 spike bulls, and just a bunch of cows. We've seen deer, we've seen turkeys, we've seen elk. This is an awesome scouting trip. All right, well, it's about 4:30. It's almost 4:30. The sun is setting and it's gonna get dark here pretty soon. So I figured I'd call it a day and just head back home. Today, it started out off just being a shed hunt plus a turkey scouting trip. But then after a while, I just said, you know what, since I'm already up here, I might as well go and try to do other things other than just that. So picked up a bunch of trash today, unfortunately, but guys, please don't litter. And if you guys see trash or litter, please pick it up, do us all a favor, and just throw it away. So since I was up here, I just figured I'd come check out and see if this herd was still wintering down over here. And sure enough, that herd is still wintering down at that meadow down there. So that 5-point bull, he's still packing both sides. There's 2 spikes in there that are still packing. I don't know if those are the only bulls or if there were some shed bulls along with that herd. But after a while, when you spend so much time, you kind of start to learn the pattern of a specific herd of elk. And this herd of elk, they always winter there. So figured I'd just come and see if they were there. And again, they were there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Today was just more of a scouting excursion. Hopefully you guys get out for the turkey season, because there's a lot of turkeys, guys. With that being said, I'm going to go home. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So I was just driving home, and this bull moose just crossed the road, and at first I thought it was just a cow. And sure enough, after he paused, you could see where his antlers were on his head, and their antlers are gone. So that's a shed bull right there. Unfortunately, this is just private property, so regardless if he shed it or not, I probably can't get it anyway. But well, I don't know. That's kind of cool. That bull is shedded, but the other elk, they're still packing. What a scouting trip. We've seen deer, we've seen elk, we've seen moose, we've seen turkeys. All right, if we don't see anything else, then this will be where we actually end the video.